Okay, so this is as much weight as we have for this barbell. This is all that we've made. And we've been lifting for like a month and a half or 2 months now, and it's just not heavy anymore.
As you can see, we've tried a lot of different modalities, you would say. Buckets, chains, and they're all very clunk. So it's time to make some more log plates.
So the first step of, of making new plates for these things is we got to find some logs.
First step, get in the car.
That one.
Second step, drive around. Third step, look around for logs that are on the ground.
Yep, you can find them pretty much anywhere in the woods.
Fourth step, deadlift them up. Turns out that part's the hardest because they're like 300 pounds each. Who knew? Fifth step, roll it into the car. Sixth step, open up the car, roll it back out. And here you have it. There's a fresh log right here.
Bam, there she is.
Big Bertha.
So the one you're looking for ideally is about 19 inches around. Why 19 inches, you say? Because that is the width of a normal Olympic barbell plate. So it'll feel kind of normal for whenever you're lifting it off the ground. Okay, let's get this thing into the workshop and start working. I could help, but I'm busy holding the camera, you know? Just a little bit further. Ooh, that's a mess in there today. Let's clean up shop. Let's get started. Okay, so the procedure is very simple. Basically, we're gonna take this here chainsaw and we're gonna chop about 4 or 5 inches of this log off. And then we're gonna take that chunk, put it onto our table over here, and we're gonna cut a hole in it so that way it fits on our barbell.
I learned recently that the right way to use a chainsaw is actually to dip it in to whatever you're cutting and then slowly guide it down. I always thought it was just a
Let's see,
taking bets.
33 pounds. That's what I'm guessing.
I'm gonna say,
Once we cut a hole in.
I'm gonna say 29.
29 pounds. Okay.
Here we go.
Let's cut a hole in this thing.
We want to mark the middle of the plate, so we measure it. And let's say it's about like here. So now that we've marked the middle of this, we're going to want to make a 2.5 inch diameter circle. So what that means is we measure about 1 1/4 out from the circle, from the dot that we made. So let's say about here, right about here. And we're going to, you know, make a rough-ish circle because we want it to fit around our 2 inch diameter barbell. As you can see, very accurate here.
Okay, so next up, we're gonna take our drill and we're gonna cut a bunch of holes in this thing around the circle. And then we're going to just pop it out after we cut a bunch of holes around the circle. Yep.
Sorry for all you trypophobics out there. I feel the same way, but this is indeed how we do it. What you got there?
So next part, since we cut all these holes, we just gotta cut out all the spaces that I didn't get with my drill.
Whoop.
So now we're gonna take the Sawzall, cut around the circle, make it a nice, neat, clean circle so it's really easy to use.
What did you use earlier to cut these fancy, beautiful holes?
Yeah, I was using a 1-inch spade bit.
Coring an apple. Just like that.
All right, let's clean up that hole. Yeah, I wish you guys could smell what it smells like here. we're cutting into pine. This is the type of wood we're using, and it smells so good in here.
Smells like pine salt.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But in a good way.
Okay, now we got to see how much our new plate weighs. So what we do is we get this $2 scale that we purchased recently, and then we weigh how much, let's see how much I weigh. With all my clothes on, I am a solid, let's say 190. Okay, 228.
Woo!
So, we have made a 38-pound plate.
Sweet!
I was
you
closer.
were closer. Dang it. Okay, now we're gonna try to replicate that exact pound in the next plate.
Yep.
We'll see how this goes.
Which we're not going to. But first, we have to do the most important part, which is to brand and customize this thing. A very specialized tool that we use for branding these things is just a regular old soldering iron. And we put the chisel tip on the end of it, and that makes it pretty easy to write into wood. Now for wet wood like what we have today, you're just gonna wanna crank the heat up as high as it goes. And it goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway, when you're working with a soldering iron, be really careful. I've definitely burned myself on it a couple of times, and it takes forever to lose heat.
It makes a really cool smell too, if you like smells and that kind of stuff. When it touches wet wood, and it sizzles and makes some smoke. So watch closely.
Okay, well Lisa's finishing that up. I'm gonna start cutting the next plate.
Got sawdust everywhere. We must do some cleaning. Oopsies. Grand idea to use this bad boy to move this. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
Okay, all done making plates. Close up shop. That was fun.
Time to go work out
Yeah,
now.
now we're making the plates.
Deadlifts, overhead press, and barbell rows today. Look at our fancy new equipment. Very exciting.
Oh boy, it is windy today. So windy. So, the first step of, are you okay over there? Shh, don't interrupt her. There's B-roll footage going on.
We are trying to, get as accurate of plates as possible because we don't want our left butt cheek to be more muscular than our right butt cheek.
Yeah.
Calculations matter here because again, the left butt cheek matters just as much as the right butt cheek.
He's so angry.
It's okay. Okay.
He's trying to go back in this one. Bye-bye. Have a good time
Bye-bye.
out there.
Okay. Sorry for that interruption. Once you mark the center of the piece of wood, we are going to want to...
Are we going to want to say anything in the middle?
Well, that's hard to do backwards. Oh, no. Oh. Here we go. Around. Wow, is that How does anyone do this? Around the circle that we just drew. Hello? Do you recognize me? Okay. Shake some fingers. Ooh. Ah, touchdown!